I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth, was like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back, everybody. It is a Friday night. That means it's time for Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. We are in week 7 tonight. Tonight we are at Cedar Lake. As you can see, the points battle, now that we've crossed the halfway point, Michael Carter is your current points leader, followed by Caden Berry, Grant Wesley, Chris Cox, and Clay Christopherson. That makes your top 5. Welcome back to Gears Unlimited, or to Got Your Six Racing Network. As always, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. Throughout the night, you'll see us play videos by organizations out there doing great things for veterans. If you can donate, that would be awesome. If you know of a veteran out there that you haven't heard from in a while, reach out, let them know you appreciate them. You never know. 22 veterans a day take their own lives. You could be saving a life with that conversation. Without further ado, Clayton, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights. We are getting ready to call the drivers off the track. We will do that right now. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track. All right, gentlemen, welcome to week 7. Go over the quick rules here. No podium or no interview after a podium finish. You will get an EOL for next week. Bring out 2 cautions in any race, feature or heat race. You will be DQ'd from that division for the night. Intentional contact will get you a suspension. The length of the suspension depends on the severity of the intentional contact. That's intentional contact at any time. Could be during a green flag run or even after the checkers. No intentional contact at any time. We do miss things from time to time. If you think that we missed something in the admin role, we do have a protest process. Please shoot me a quick message, and we will take a look at that throughout the week. If it's determined that a penalty was missed by us, we will impose that the following week. Wall riding will not be acceptable at any time. Call-outs. Call-outs will lead to a suspension and or ban, depending on the severity of the call-out. It can happen anywhere. It can be on our Discord page. It can be on Facebook. It can be wherever. Call-outs to other drivers or members of the staff of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights will not be tolerated, and it will get you a suspension. And again, the severity depends on the length of the suspension. If your car's blinking, you'll be given a warning the first time, EOL the second, and asked to park it for the night on the third occasion. Incidents do count against your overall points, so keep that in mind. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. We ask you to get off the throttle and slow down safely. You're not going to do anything but damage your car or somebody else's. If you continue to race after the caution comes out, you will not improve your position. Last week we went all starts on leader. We will do that again tonight. All starts will be on the leader. That's all I got. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. None heard. We're going to advance to qualifying. Wish you good luck. All right, Clayton, sorry about that. Welcome back. It is week 7. That means any driver that enters after today will not be qualified to run in the week 13 dash for cash. You got to run it at least 6 weeks of the season. After tonight, that will be impossible. Um, yeah, so anybody that joins after tonight will not be eligible to run, whether they win a feature or not. So we are getting ready for Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Qualifying. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tight Lines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tight Lines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tight Lines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping on your order. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram, and get your whole family set up with Tight Lines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tight Lines Apparel. Let's take a look at the board while we were away. Reed Sanders in the 4 car out on track. Cale Smith, top of the board, 13.813 is his quick time. See if anybody can move Cale Smith. Samuel Bachman coming out on track in the 007 machine. Cale Smith. Now Michael Carter to the top of the board. Your points leader puts the 15. 13.796 edges his teammate at the top of the board. That will move Cale Smith down to P2. Grant Wesley, Brandon Templeton, Joseph Grandy, who we're watching right here in that 518 machine, is 5th quick. Caden Berry in the 12 car, driver out of New Hampshire, is out on track. Currently 2nd in the points, 17th quick, 13.959 for the youngster out of New Hampshire. Gavin Chatham out on track in that 24 machine. Let's see how Gavin can do. Michael Carter sits at the top of the board. Only 2 cars left to come out. Randall Dixon and Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. 20 quick for Gavin Chatham. 14.002 for the 24. Randy Shreves is back with us in the 56. 13.950. 17th quick for Randy Shreves. The 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. Looks like he has changed his number. He's now the 44. Jordan LaFawn out on track. Let's see if the driver from Indiana can have anything to do with this pole award. Trying to capture a 13.796 or better. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. 13th quick, 13.910 for the 11 car. See the Barry fan club out there. Gail, good evening, ma'am. Thank you for tuning in as always. It's great to see you folks. Looks like we will wrap up qualifying. Randall Dixon will not take time. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Brandon Templeton on the front row. Clay Christopherson, Michael Vitale in row 2. Jordan LaFawn, Samuel Bachman in 3. Caden Berry, Anthony Marjulio in 4. Chase Dino rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, fellas, congratulations to the 15 car of Michael Carter with the Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time. $10 to your account, sir. We got 8 laps to get this done. There are a couple cars that will be heading home tonight. Leader going to ask you to be 1 or 1.5 car lengths behind the pace truck. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start, do not pass before the start finish line. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Race hard, race clean, good luck. All right, Clayton, that was a mouthful. My apologies, kind of left you out there. What are you looking for here tonight at Cedar Lake? Race control, sorry about that, is out explaining the start zone to the drivers.
Alrighty, yeah, sorry, didn't get to chime in on the intro there, but I think these modifieds are going to put on a pretty good show at Cedar Lake. This is a pretty hot, trendy track for these cars. You just got to see who's going to be able to keep it out of the wall. That high side is not so nice all the way around here.
Pace truck is off. We're underway. It is Michael Carter to the lead. Brandon Templeton falls in line P2. The 31 car driving out, driver out of Corning, Iowa. Clay Christopherson in P3. Jordan LaFawn in that 11 car is currently in the 4th and final transfer position. Caden Berry makes a little contact with the 213 of Michael Vitale. All drivers able to drive away from that. Up front, Michael Carter on lap 3 of 8, getting away from the field a little bit. Brandon Templeton trying to reel him in. Caden Berry in the back trying to get through the field. Having some issues there, trying to get around the 213 and the 007 and the 320. Is able to continue here. Michael Carter at the front of the field. Clay Christopherson in P3. Jordan LaFawn still in the 4th and final transfer position. We'll go on board the 51 car of Clay Christopherson as Templeton goes to the extreme high side. Gets a good run off the top down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Templeton keeps it down low this time. Jordan LaFawn, P4, takes a peek underneath the 51 of Christopherson. Michael Vitale in the 213 is the first car on the outside looking in at an invite to the feature. I'd like to thank Michael Vitale for his service to our country in the United States Air Force. Michael, thank you as always very much. Up front, Templeton now getting all over the rear end of the 15 car with 1 lap to go. Templeton goes on the high side. Carter stays in the middle. Carter coming off of turn 4. It will be Carter, Templeton, Christopherson, LaFawn transferring to the feature. .358 Modifieds brought to you by A&J Landscaping. Greatly appreciate those folks for coming on board. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Dean Reynolds in the 79 car on the inside of Isaac Salas in the 5. Justin Sick will be on the inside of row number 3 with Rob Piper to his outside. Chris Cox, the Des Moines, Iowa drivers on the inside of Georgia driver James Ingram in row number 4. And Randall Dixon will round out your field of 9 drivers. Restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Top 4 heading to the feature. Good luck. Cale Smith, also a Navy driver in the field. Like to thank Cale for his service to our country. He will take us to Green Flag Racing in heat number 2. Member of the CTM gang.
Teammates looking for some heat race wins here. That'll set them up very, very well for the feature. We'll see what that 115 can do. Joseph Grandy's pretty tough customer there in that 518 car.
With a 115 of Cale Smith able to get to the outside. Grandy 2 by 2. Got the 79. That is Dean Reynolds in the red, white, and blue ride. Super Dirt Car Series director with us tonight. I'd like to thank Dean, as always, for coming out and running with us. The 5 car of Isaac Salas, North Dakota driver. He's on the outside of Dean Reynolds. The 5 car will move up 1-2 P3. Dean Reynolds is on the final position for a transfer. Justin Sick in the 15, the driver out of New York. He wants to get by the 79 and punch his ticket, not have to go through consolations. 15 on the tail of the 79. We'll go on board with Justin as he takes a peek. Looks like Dean Reynolds got a little bit loose. Can Justin Sick take advantage? Sick on the bottom in the 15 car. Track starting to get super slick already. That did not take long. Isaac Salas, as always, riding the high side, getting that to work, trying to get by Grandy and Cale Smith. Cale Smith has led from flag to flag in the 115. Grandy, Isaac Salas, Dean Reynolds. Reynolds still battling it out with Justin Sick as the 515 of Chris Cox. He sneaks into the picture. Chris Cox wanting his ticket to the feature. Salas with a good run on the outside of the 518 of Grandy. Gets a little bit pinched into the wall there with 1 to go. Dean Reynolds is the 4th and final transfer driver. The 15 of Justin Sick gets to the outside once again. It looks like that exit of turn 4. Cale Smith, Grandy, Salas, and Reynolds. 2 cars got a good run off the exit of turn 2, Clayton, and kind of got pinched into the wall. So we got to watch that tonight for sure.
Yeah, the corners here. Corner exit gets really, really tight here at Cedar Lake, especially in a modified like this. Hard to keep that car straight. These guys are gonna have to be careful as the track slicks off. That's only gonna become more common, and when you get into the wall here, it's a pretty ugly mess behind if drivers aren't able to check up in time.
Yeah, man. Grant Wesley with Donald Ingram to his outside. Reed Sanders in row 2. Brandon Wright to the outside in the 22. Scott Scheuer, the Florida driver, with the 56 of Randy Shreves to his outside. 24 of Gavin Chatham. Canadian driver Jason Hines to his outside. All right, start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. See Grandma Pete out there tonight in Indiana, ma'am. As always, thank you for tuning in. Watch Jordan do his thing. Pace truck will exit next time by. We will have some cars heading home tonight. I think I counted 26. Clayton, I'm not real sure. I think I counted 26 as the pace truck exits. 88 car of Grant Wesley, driver out of Evansville, Indiana, with a great start on the field. Reed Sanders dives the 4 car down low, trying to get that bottom to work, and he'll stick down there. Currently, Brandon Wright in the icy number 22 into the wall.
Into the wall.
He was in the 4th and final transfer position as the caution comes out. See if we can see what happened here. Replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank.
He kind of ran my favorite line here. Seems no matter how much practice I put down at Cedar Lake, anytime I exit a corner here, I cannot help it but to tap the right rear end of the wall. That's all it takes for a pretty ugly case like we just saw there. Tough break for that 22. Sitting in a transfer spot on his way to the feature, too. Gonna have to start from the back. See if he can't pick up a few spots.
That will move Scott Scheuer up to the 4th and final transfer spot on lap 2 of 8. Don't sleep on Randy Shreves, Chatham, or Jason Hines, as those either one of those 3 can get up there and battle with Scott Scheuer for that 4th and final transfer.
Yeah, Scott in that 57 probably wants to pick a few more positions up here, get behind his teammate Grant Wesley over there at Animal Racing, finish this heat race 1-2, and give them both an incredible starting position for the feature. Seems like that might be very, very necessary here at Cedar Lake. The way this racing's looking so far, very single file. Every position's going to matter.
Indeed. 10 car of Donald Ingram. Like to thank him for his service in the United States Navy. Donald, thank you. Driver out of Georgia. As the pace truck exits, another great start by the 88 of Grant Wesley. He goes to the high side. We were thinking about 3 wide. That typically does not work at Cedar Lake. The drivers are able to settle that out. Coming to lap 4 of 8. Scott Scheuer in the 4th and final transfer position. Got Gavin Chatham right on his rear bumper. How close is it? Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that close. The 24 car of Gavin Chatham doing everything he can do to get by that 57 car. He's able to do it. Gavin Chatham moves up. Now he's looking at Reed Sanders. 2 for 1 on lap number 6 for the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Chatham moves up to P3 Oh, Scott Scheuer went for a ride. That was kind of strange looking. Let's take a look. I only caught it out of the corner of my eye. The 57 had Randy Shreves.
Yeah, the 66
and
is Jason
Hines.
Yeah, it just comes up off the corner there, up into Randy, or not Randy, I apologize, Scott Scheuer. 3 wide off of anywhere. Any corner here is not going to end well for you.
So 57 to the back of the field will have to race through a consolation race to get in tonight. 88 car of Grant Wesley still at the front of the field with Donald Ingram, Gavin Chatham, Reed Sanders, your top 4. Gavin Chatham passed 2 cars on lap 4 to get up into a transfer position. That's a good piece of driving by the 24.
Yeah, it looked like the 4 on that last little run we had there, the 4 kind of threw his right rear up a little too much into Scott Scheuer, and I noticed it slowed Scott down quite a bit. Gavin just happened to be on Scott's rear bumper, as you mentioned. Dove down to the bottom, took him 3 wide and 3 and 4, and was able to clear both of them on exit as those 2 guys fought. That was a great piece of driving by that 24 car.
Coming back to green with lap 7 of 8, 2 to go. Grant Wesley able to hold down the point so far. Looks like everybody going to the high side. Gavin Chatham in P3. Reed Sanders in the 4th and final transfer position. Randy Shreves in the 56 trying to take that position away from Reed Sanders. Pulls up. Can't quite get it done up front. Grant Wesley to the bottom. Coming off of turn 4 for the Heat 3 win. Wesley, Ingram, Chatham, Sanders, your top 4 advancing directly to the feature. B main to the grid. B main to the grid, please. Michael Vitale, Chris Cox on the front row. Shreves Bachman in row 2. Sick Wright in 3. Barry Piper in 4. Haynes Marjulio in 5. Dixon and Scheuer are in row number 6. I know we have 2 more rows. Let me get to them. Dino and James Ingram in row number 7. All right, restart is on the leader. Everybody else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. 12 of you will advance. 2 of you will head home. 10 laps to get it done. Good luck. James Ingram and Chase Dino on the bubble here. They got Randall Dixon in front of them. I would suspect, as I have almost every week and been wrong, that if you're up in front, that you'll ride around knowing that you are transferring to the feature. Clayton, as you and I know, that don't work.
No, these guys are going to give it their all. Definitely watching those heat races, like I said earlier, track position is going to be key here right now. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a charger from the 3rd, 4th row try to get all the way up to the lead. Hopefully he keeps it clean if he does that. I'd love to see it. Just hope he keeps it clean.
Michael Vitale with the restart. Chris Cox in P2. Randy Shreves, Justin Sick battling it out. We're going to go 3 wide. Coming off of turn 2. They make it work. Randy Shreves in the 56 was in the middle of that mess. Samuel Bachman, Brandon Wright battling it out. 22 car into the fence. In the back, it is the 40 car of James Ingram and the 320 of Dino. Big contact. Randall Dixon involved. Let's take a look.
Jason Hines again all the way up into that 92 car, I believe, of Rob Piper there. 66 going to go to the back again for another 3 wide incident off of 2.
So Michael Vitale on lap 2 of 10. As you heard, the 66 car will go to the back of the field. Vitali, Cox, Sick, Shreves, Bachman are your top 5. Now Chase Dino on the bubble as Randall Dixon has, looks like possibly retired. No, he's in the pits. Getting ready to go back green. See Cale Smith's mom in the audience. Ma'am, welcome to the show. Your son did quite well, getting ready to race in the feature coming up after this race. Thank you for tuning in as we are back under green. 2:13 of Michael Vitali to the point. Justin Sick dives the 15 down to the bottom. They will go side by side on the backstretch. Down low, slide job coming. Justin Sick to the point, crossover coming. Michael Vitali able to hold off the charge from the 15. I did not think there was room right there, but Justin Sick threads the needle between the 5:15 of Chris Cox and the 2:13 of Michael Vitali. These guys are racing like this is the last lap of the night.
We're still 3 wide back here for 5th place, 4th, my apologies. Caden Berry, Samuel Bachman, Randy Shreves back there. Dick throwing haymakers right now, 3 wide.
They are indeed. Randy Shreves riding the high side in the 56. 15 car still throwing slide jobs. Falling back in the field is the 15 of Justin Sick. Samuel Bachman in the James Bond 007 loves the bottom side. He's going to stick down there. Looks like that's the easy way around. It's not as crowded as the top. Michael Vitali pulling away from the field. Chris Cox P2. Randy Shreves with a mirror full of the 12th car of Caden Berry. Berry up to 4th position. Samuel Bachman still on the bottom. Brandon Wright in the 22 Icy Machine is in P6. Justin Sick moves back up. We are on lap 9 of 10, 2 to go. Coming to the white flag, the 2:13 up. Michael Vitali will take the white flag, 1 to go. Chase Dino on the outside looking in. It looks like our top 12 are sorted. Michael Vitali coming off a turn 4 for the B main win. Vitali, Cox, Shreves, Barry Bachman, your top 5. Chase Dino and Randall Dixon will head home for the night. 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. We're getting ready to go feature racing. We will have a full field of 25 drivers. It will be 25 laps in the 358 modifieds to kick off the night. Don't forget, coming up next, we have the Pro Late Models, followed by the 305 Sprint Cars. Feature to the grid, please. Carter Cale Smith on the front row, Wesley Templeton in row 2, Grandy Ingram in 3, Isaac Salas is on the outside of Clay Christopherson in row number 4, Gavin Chatham, Jordan LaFawn in 5, Dean Reynolds, Reed Sanders in 6, Michael Vitale, Chris Cox in 7, Randy Shrees, Caden Berry in row 8, Bachman Wright in 9, Sick Ingram in 10, Marv Julio Haynes in row number 11, and Rod Piper and Scott Scheuer round out your field of 24 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. All restarts are on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Who you got?
I'm going to go a little bit back in the field here. I'm going with the 5 car of Isaac Salas.
That is not a bad pick. Since Cale Smith's mom, Callie, joined us tonight, I'll go with the 515. I think his mom's going to bring him some good luck in that 115. I'm going to go with Cale Smith on the outside of row number 1. And both of us counted out the 15 car, and I'm certain we'll probably pay for that. Got a couple of quick cars on the inside. You got Michael Carter and Grant Wesley on the inside. So, yeah, my teammates in there, starting on the outside of row number 2. Can't go got to go with the good luck of a mom joining to watch. As Michael Carter gets a great start, Cale Smith, CTM drivers 1-2. Grant Wesley pulls up the P3 as a caution comes out quick. I'm seeing the 15 car of Justin Sick. Let's take a look. Oh, gets in the back of the 007. I think there was more incidents than that. We'll leave that to race control. CTM 1-2, Michael Carter, Cale Smith. Carter is your current points leader, and Cale Smith is running in P7 in points. Grant Wesley on the inside of the 31, Brandon Templeton. Watch that 31 car. Pace truck should exit next time by. We will go 2 by 2 on the restart until one more caution. Then we should go single file from there for the rest of the night. We have doubled it up. Pace truck is off, as is the 15 of Michael Carter. His teammate goes with him, the 115 of Cale Smith. Grant Wesley in P3. Brandon Templeton riding the high side. 518 of Joseph Grandy. He was down in the middle. He's able to get to the outside. Clay Christopherson in the 51. Rolling the bottom as someone got sideways. And the 10 and 5 get tangled up.
Well, there's my pick.
Let's take a look. 5 car, thought about 3 wide. That is Clay Christopherson down low. 10 car of Donald Ingram on the outside. That is the yellow Caterpillar car. Oh, it looks like the 10 had to check up. And no place for Salas to go. Gets into the back of the 10 car. So, getting a little rough going here. Can't seem to get many green laps in. We are on lap 3 of 25. As always, like to thank everybody for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Without fans, there's no need for a broadcast. So greatly appreciate you folks for tuning in and leaving comments throughout the night. Yeah, it's greatly appreciated by the drivers and by Got Your Six Racing Network.
We've also got an incident on the backstretch here, same time as the caution came.
We will interview the top 3 finishers. Time, depending on how much time we have. It looks like we're okay on time right now. If we get many more cautions, we will not be able to do driver interviews. We will double it up one last time. Don't know what happened to the 115 of Cale Smith. Good start by Carter. Got Grant Wesley in P2. Driver out of Evansville, Indiana on the outside. Trying to get to the rear bumper. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car with Gavin Chatham. Those two are rolling the bottom. Clay Christopherson moves up from the bottom and moves up to P3. Joseph Grandy trying to work the outside of that 44 or 11 car. Gavin Chatham stays down low in the 24 as the 11 of Jordan LaFawn gets to the outside. We are nose to tail on the outside. We are nose to tail on the bottom. We got 2 lanes of racing on lap 6 of 25. Joseph Grandy dives down low for 1 lap. Tried a little bit of a slider line. Now Jordan LaFawn will dive down low. He gets right back in line. Looks like the 11 of Jordan LaFawn lost a little bit of ground that time by. Gavin Chatham still rolling the bottom. Michael Vitale moves up 6 places in the 213. Michael Vitale coming to the lead, to the front. Chris Cox in P8. Dean Reynolds in the 79 in P9. And Brandon Templeton is the last car in the top 10.
Yeah, Michael Vitale has not left the bottom either, so definitely showing there's still life down there as he's picking up, gaining time on Gavin Chatham here. I know the top 5 are running up against the wall, running the high side, but Michael Vitale and Gavin Chatham are definitely making some headway there down on the bottom right now.
Don't look now, but your pick, the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Not many do it much better than that 5 car. He is on the high side and looking good. He's got Caden Berry in the 12 car right behind him. We got definitely 2 lanes of racing. That is Reed Sanders in the 4 car down low. Isaac Salas dives down into that mess trying to get by Templeton. 79 into the fence. Dean Reynolds is able to hold on to it. Caution comes out. Let's take a look. Clay Christopherson involved, it appears. Looks like the 15 and the 88 made a little bit of contact. 51 checked up. We're going to have to watch that again. Let's go with Grant Wesley. There is the 51 behind the 88. Just makes contact. '15 of Michael Carter able to hold on to the lead so far. That is your points leader. Michael Vitale and Chris Cox are your biggest movers of the race. Both of those drivers up 6 from their start. Currently running in, let my field cycle through here. 7th and 8th. Jordan LaFawn is up 5 in the 11 car, up to P5. So we've made it halfway, almost halfway. One more lap, we will be halfway in the 358 modified feature race on week 7. '15 car, that is Michael Carter, your points lead. Wesley, Christopherson, Grandy, LaFawn. Michael Carter is back on the loud pedal for the 15 car. Dives into turn 2. The 88 car hard into the wall. Is able to drive away. Clay Christopherson, Joseph Grandy, Jordan LaFawn on the high side. Gavin Chatham looking under LaFawn, trying to get in your top 5. Michael Vitale following the 24 car on the bottom side. Chris Cox, Brandon Templeton running the high side. They got the North Dakota driver of Isaac Salas on their inside. Dean Reynolds running a bit of a slider line in the 79. Caden Berry all over the rear end of that 79 car. Up front, Michael Carter out in front of the field. Good run off the top of turn 4 by the 88 car of Grant Wesley. Wesley, Christopherson battling it out. Joseph Grandy on lap 6 of 25. Grandy kind of thought about a slider there. Top 4 getting away from the field. Jordan LaFawn in P5. Gavin Chatham on the bottom with Michael Vitale. Both those drivers have been down there pretty much since the beginning. Brandon Templeton trying to get that 31 car back into the top 5. He is currently running P8 in the 31. Gets into the outside wall a little bit. Clayton, looks like that bottom side is still just as fast as the high side. As Dean Reynolds caught up in an incident. That is the 79 car with the American flag, Dean Reynolds. Up into the fence, the 79 goes. If you're out there, you want to be a part of the show, please send us a message. Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights Facebook page, and we will get you signed up. We are in week 7 of 12. Michael Carter has led from the drop of the green flag. We are on lap 18 of 25. Michael Carter is back off in the 15 car. Grant Wesley in tow. Craig Christopherson, Joseph Grandy on the high side. Jordan LaFawn drops the 11 car down low. He pulls up even with the 518 of Grandy. LaFawn looking for P4, gets into the tires on the bottom. He's able to drive away on lap 20 of 25. Michael Carter with the mirror full of the 88 of Grant Wesley, Virginia driver battling Indiana driver. Wesley falls back in line behind the 15 car. Clay Christopherson watching the 2 front runners in front of him. Let's go on board and see what it looks like from Clay Christopherson's view. Looks like both Carter and Wesley trying the bottom side in 3 and 4. Both those cars get high on the outside. Clay Christopherson with, Grant Wesley into the wall in the backstretch. The 51 car of Clay Christopherson had to check up. Will that give Michael Carter the space that he needs on lap 23 of 25? Down low in 3 and 4. Wesley keeps the 88 car up higher this time. Trying to get a good run off the top of 4. Can't do it. Both all top 3 podium finishers. Carter, Wesley, Christopherson. Grandy in the orange 518 car is the first car on the outside looking in at a podium. We have one to go. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley, Clay Christopherson, your podium drivers at the moment. Looks like Wesley thought about getting underneath the 15. We're coming off of turn 4. Wesley on the bottom, Carter on top. It will be Carter. Top 3 start finish line, please. Michael Carter takes home the feature win, followed by Grant Wesley and Clay Christopherson. We will have a time for a short interview with each of these drivers. That's good right there, Michael. Good run, fellas. Don't forget go to a short interview. Clay Christopherson. Let me get set up here. Clayton, you got Clay Christopherson?
Yes, sir. I was just about to pull him up. Hey, Clay, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, 7th to 3rd for you. That 51 seemed to like anywhere you put it tonight, man. How'd you get it done, bringing home a P3?
I'm pretty good at running the high side here. I was hoping the bottom would come in, but I feel like 10 more laps it would have been there. Slider line was just pretty dominant. I saw Grant and Carter up there. They would check up for each other, mess up, and that made me check up. So I was hoping there was another line, but it was kind of just follow the leader at the end. I just held on, and I knew I had to run the bottom on the last lap because Grandy was right behind me. So.
Yeah, man. Well, still, you bring it home, podium finish, man. Who do you got to thank on that 51?
Oh, FTM, Swan Speed Shop, all them guys. They put a hell of a setup together.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations on a 3rd place finish. We'll see you in the late models, I'd assume.
Nope, I'm calling her a night after this one.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, you enjoy your weekend, man. We'll hopefully we'll talk to you next Friday.
All right, thank you, guys.
Grant Wesley, the driver of the 88 car. He moves up 1 from the start. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, that was a lot of fun. I thought you were going to get by the 15 there in the end, man. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, we can't complain too much. You know, we started 3rd, finished 2nd. It was a good points run. Congratulations to Carter on the win. He ran a strong race. Man, I'll tell you what, though, the 88, it was definitely on rails. This is one of my better tracks. 1 and 2, I kind of felt like I was eating him alive. He kept over-rotating, and he did that on the white flag. He over-rotated, and I had a monster run, and he did the only thing he could do. You know, he defended that bottom, and, you know, I sent it in there and gave it a shot. You know, we kept it clean, no contact, and heck of a race to the finish.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun to watch, my brother. Who do you want to thank for your drive to a podium finish tonight?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank, you know, you, Joe, with Got Your Six Racing Network for doing the broadcast and putting on the league here. Thank Clayton Hack here for, you know, he's your sidekick in the broadcast and the administration. Like to thank Billy Roberts and Gears Unlimited for all their support. The Dirt Track Bank. Like to thank my teammates with Animal Racing, Scott, Ryan, Rick, Zane. Thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
All right, man. We're going to see you in the pro late models?
Absolutely.
All right. Hope to talk to you again.
10-4.
Clayton, you caught up to our winner?
Yes, sir. Michael Carter, is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a dominant performance for you. I feel like the weeks that Joe and I don't pick you to try and just pick a new guy or pick somebody different, you always prove us wrong. Joe said at the beginning of the race, and you kept it up front, all 25, man. How'd you do it?
It was pretty tough there. Grant was definitely on me there. I couldn't get 1 and 2 down like I normally do. I don't know if it was just a little too slick up there, but I was trying to stay off the wall, of course. And I mean, he gave me a good run, and it just, like I said, I had to work for that one, that's for sure. But hats off to him, good run. I was hoping it was gonna be a CTM 1-2 up front, man. Something happened back there, with my buddy. I'm not sure the whole details on it, but it's just racing, man.
Yeah, it seemed the top 3 or 4 all race long was kind of covered by a blanket. You come out on top, man. Who do you got to thank on that 15 ride?
Of course, I always gotta thank Gears Unlimited here, Joe, of course, Dirt Track Bank. I think you here at Elite. I always get that wrong. Is it Elite what? Say it again for me.
It's Elite Admin Services.
Elite Admin Service. There you go. I always get the first part right. But thank you here. You do a great job. I gotta thank my dad. He's watching. Hey Pop, Randy Carter Painting, CTM Motorsports, Kale Smith, Travis Anderson, Redline Race Designs, and everybody out there watching. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, man. We gonna see you in the late models?
Oh yeah, turning some laps right now.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, best of luck. Hope to talk to you again after that one.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there are the 358 modifieds. We're going to take a quick break with one of those organizations doing great things for veterans, and we'll come right back with the pro late models, so stay with us.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Mission 22 was founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful. We can grow through trauma to become our community's cornerstone, the safest neighbor on the block, the strongest leader in the office, the most caring volunteer at the elementary school. The Recovery and Resiliency Program is a year-long, and it uses everything from cutting-edge biometric tools to science-backed supplements. This is a catalyst to take the deep scars suffered for our nation's sake and turn them into opportunities to direct our God-given purpose and energies as protectors toward a refreshed and meaningful life. By committing to this year-long program, you will be happier, stronger, and wiser. Your PTS and/or TBI may not leave you, but you will be more comfortable in your own skin, and your suffering will begin to have meaning. Our goal is to give warriors one thing, the truth. Let's take responsibility for our healing.
All drivers clear the track, please. All drivers clear the track. All right, drivers, welcome to week 7 of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. We'll go over the rules real quick. You finish on the podium and don't show up for the photo or the interview in Discord, you'll get an EOL next week. Bring out 2 cautions in any race, be it a feature or a heat race. You will be DQ'd for the night. Intentional contact, never acceptable. It will get you a suspension. Protest process. If we miss a call and you think we should have caught it, please send us a message and we will review it throughout the week and give a penalty if a penalty is called for. Don't wall ride. Call outs absolutely not acceptable at any time. If your car's blinking, you'll get a warning. Second time EOL, third time you'll be asked to park it for the night. Incident points counts against your overall points for the night. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. You're not going to improve your position. So please, we ask that you get off the throttle, coast to a slow roll. The only thing you're going to do if you keep racing is ruin your car or somebody else's. All restarts, as last week was the first time, are on the leader. With that, any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. All right, fellas, we'll open it back up for practice. We got about 2.5 minutes left until we advance for qualifying. I wish you all good luck. Track is open and yours. Titan, what are you looking out of the Pro Late models here at Cedar Lake?
Oh man, I think 2 wide racing, possibly 3 wide racing here is going to be very dangerous. We know these late models like to push. So if you lift too much in the corner and this car pushes and you got 1 or 2 on the outside of you, it could be ugly real quick.
Following along with the 221 of Brett Carlton. He's new to Friday Night Lights, out on track. Good looking wrap on that ride as we are getting ready for the Pro Late models. Don't forget, coming up after this is the 30 lap feature 305 sprint cars. We are going to advance here in about 2 minutes, minute and a half or so, trying to keep on time tonight. It's been a long while, Clayton, since we've stayed on time, so we'll do our best. Coming up next, the CTM Motorsports Quick Time Qualifying. $10 goes to the Quick Time Qualifier. That is accumulated throughout the season. If a driver gets 5 Quick Time Qualifiers, they get paid $50 in Week 13. This is Week 7 of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Let's take a quick look at the points. Grant Wesley, Michael Carter 1-2 in the points, followed by Chris Cox, Caden Berry, and Joseph Grandy rounds out your top 5. We are getting ready to advance here. Looks like we got 26 cars in the field, so we will have some drivers heading home after the consolation race. So here we go, getting ready for CTM Motorsports qualifying. We got a good 358 modified race, Clayton. I'm hoping for the same as we have advanced, waiting for the first car to come out on the track. As always, you will go along with us as we watch the drivers. Looks like Chris Cox in the 515, driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, will be the first car out on the track, and he's followed by a whole host of cars. Gears Unlimited owner-operator Billy Roberts in the 99 machine with us tonight out of Independence, Missouri. Jason Hines, driver out of Canada in the 66 machine. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 is back with his new paint scheme. Chris Cox, top of the board, 13.204 for Chris Cox. Cale Smith in the 115, the Navy driver, 5th quick, now 6th, 13.436 for Cale Smith. Michael Vitale in the 213, prior Air Force driver, out on track. See how Michael does. Grant Wesley to the top of the board, 13.123 for the 88. Michael Vitale, 13th quick. 15 car of Michael Carter. We saw him wheel the 358 modified around, 13.141 on his first lap. Gavin Chatham in the 24 shuts it down 10th quick. We'll go back with Michael Carter, see if he can improve on his second lap. He'll shut it down. Justin Sick in the 015, driver out of New York, out on track. See if Justin Sick can put his name in the top group. Randy Shreves is with us in the 56. We are getting through 18th quick for Shreves, 13.439. Justin Sick, third quick, 13.165. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car out on track. Driver out of Indiana, LaFawn 10th quick on his first lap, 13.259. Can LaFawn bring it home in the 11 car? He's coming off the bottom of 4. LaFawn to the line. Little bit quicker, 13.261 for LaFawn. Waiting for David Tormachi and Reed Sanders to join us out on track. Neither one of those drivers have qualified yet. As Jason Haynes gets us some practice laps, Jordan LaFawn, 10th quick. So currently Grant Wesley top of the board with the CTM Motorsports quick time, 13.123. Waiting on David Tormachi and Reed Sanders. I don't think that they are going to make the grid. Wesley, Carter, Sick, Cox, Gibson, your top 5. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Grant Wesley, Chris Cox on the front row. Brett Carlton, Jordan LaFawn in row 2. Gavin Chatham, Jason Haynes in row number 3. Dylan Burks, Billy Roberts in 4. Reed Sanders rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, drivers, as you know, all restarts are on the leader. Everybody else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 directly to the feature. Everybody else going to a consi. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Tonight's Pro Late Models Series brought to you by Sanders Racing. I'd like to thank Reed Sanders for coming on board and sponsoring the Pro Late Models. Grant Wesley will roll off on the front row. Had a great run in the 358 Modifieds. Jumped out of that car into this one, as did most of our drivers. He will win the CTM Quick Time Award for tonight in that 88. Drivers out of Evansville, Indiana. Keep an eye on that 221 car, Brett Carlton. That car looked real good during practice. Brand new to Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. As we are underway, good start by Grant Wesley. Chris Cox dives down low, thought the slide job was coming. Chris Cox thinks better of it. The 88 car of Grant Wesley working that top side, moves to the middle to block Chris Cox there as, oh, we got a big wreck in the back. Billy Roberts and Jason Haynes. Let's take a look. Hines into that outside wall a little bit. Billy Roberts came in a little bit hot, got into the back of the 66 there.
Yeah, Billy just looks like he tried to get to the middle there and just drove it in a little too hard. Car washed up a little bit, got into the 66, turned him around. 99 gonna go to the back.
So Grant Wesley will get another shot at a restart on lap 2 of 8. Lights are still on the pace truck. They're off. We are going green next time by. No change at the front. Jordan LaFawn, my apologies. Jordan LaFawn moved up 1. Pace truck is off. We are back underway. The 88 car of Grant Wesley on the loud pedal on the outside. 88 car wastes no time to get to the high side. He's able to get a good run off of 2. Pulls away out in front of the field. Goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Chris Cox. He's got Jordan LaFawn and Brett Carlton behind him. The 515 kind of running the middle. There's no real good way by with these cars behind him. Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. He is the first car on the outside looking in. Chatham pulling up to the rear bumper of Jordan LaFawn. You can see Carlton running the bottom side. This 24 car is trying to get up. He needs to move up one position for an automatic invite to the feature. Grant Wesley on the high side. Jordan LaFawn, he is in P3. Good run by Carlton on the bottom side. Something happened to LaFawn. LaFawn hard into the outside wall. That will give that position to the 24. Jason Haynes side by side with Dylan Burks. Up front, Grant Wesley still on the high side, getting it to work. Pulls out in front of the 515, moves down to the middle in 3 and 4. Grant Wesley, 1 lap to go. 88 car, Wesley, Cox. Carlton now gets to the outside. Chris Cox dives the 515 down low, trying to block that 221. At the line, it is Wesley, Cox, Carlton, Chatham. Jordan LaFawn ends up one position out of a transfer. He will go to the consolation race. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Carter and Gibson on the front row. Ingram, Shreves in row 2. Dino and Vitali in row number 3. Caden Berry, Anthony Marfulio in 4. David Tormachi rounds out your field of 8 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. Restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 get an automatic invite to the feature. Everyone else going to a consi. Again, you got 8 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. It's good to see the 38 car Clayton out with us. Rick Gibson, active duty Navy driver, currently stationed in Oklahoma. I'd like to thank Rick for his service to our nation.
Yeah, that 38 in a late model is fast. I don't know if he'll have anything for Michael Carter, as Michael's seems to be very, very fast. One of the fastest, anything he gets in. But I know Rick Gibson has a lot of talent behind the wheel of that 38 car. We'll see what he can do here.
Lights are off on the pace truck. We should be going green next time by. And Clayton, those of you out there that don't know, Clayton is active duty Navy. Thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Thank you for yours as well. I know you did 5 times as much as I'm going to end up doing, but thank you for all your service.
Michael Carter, green flag is out. Good start by Carter. Rick Gibson pulls up into P2. James Ingram in the 40 car. He's battling on the bottom side. He's underneath. Gibson moves down, doesn't leave the 40 any room to slide up. Randy Shreves in the 56. He is in the 4th and final transfer position as Dino trying to get up and battle that 56 car. He wants his invite to the feature. Caden Berry battling back in the 12 car. He's battling it out with 213 of Michael Vitali. Currently running in P7 is the 12 car. Gets into the outside fence a little bit. Up front, Michael Carter setting sail. Rip Gibson P2. James Ingram P3 running the bottom. Randy Shreves in P4. They have pulled away from the 320 car of Chase Dino. If Dino wants to get up there and get his invite to the feature, he needs to get moving as Michael Vitali is starting to work the bottom side. Into the outside wall, hard goes Dino. That will give the position. Vitali gets by. Berry gets by. Up front, unchallenged, Michael Carter running on the top shelf, followed by Rick Gibson. They are running a similar line. James Ingram, Randy Shreves. On lap 7 of 8, we got 2 to go in heat number 2. Caden Berry battling it out with Michael Vitali. Those two side by side. Berry, slide job coming. Michael Carter coming off of turn number 2. Coming off of turn 4, Michael Carter, Gibson, Ingram, Shreves are your 4 transfer drivers. Caden Berry will miss by 1 position, followed by Michael Vitali, Anthony Marfulio, David Tormachi, and Chase Dino. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Justin 6, Donald Ingram on the front row. Piper Kemper in row 2. Scheuer Smith in 3. Grandy and Brandon Wright round out your field of 8 drivers. All right, drivers, as you know, restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Everyone else going to a consi. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Justin Sick is pretty stout in a late model, so I'm expecting big things out of the 015. That is the black and blue car on the inside.
Yeah, Justin put up a pretty impressive qualifying time there. Didn't see much out of him in the modified. Definitely showing his colors here in a late model. That 015 on the front row is going to be tough to beat here.
Cale Smith, we don't see him typically start that far back in a feature, but the 115 will roll off at P5. So we'll see if, or P6, we'll see if he can make it through the field. Up front, Justin Sick will take us to the green flag. Good restart. He dives down low. The 10 car of Donald Ingram on the outside. Looks like we got Jeffrey Kemper around. Let's take a look
the
here.
115.
Yeah, possibly a little bit of net code, but I think the contact would have happened regardless. Just gets a good run on the 181.
Well, the 181 gets tight in the corner.
We'll send him around.
He's got his wheels to the left. Kale's.
Seems like lap 2 is our magic lap for cautions tonight. I think it happened in all 3 heat races in the 358s, and it happened in last race and this race.
Yeah, these guys just want to get you want to get around or get open, as you could call it, get some clean track, but with a field this stacked with heavy hitting talented drivers, it's hard to do that. And like I said, look like the 181, he had his wheels turned to the left, the car just didn't want to turn. Cale got into him there and caused that one.
Back underway, Justin Sick, he dives for the bottom once again. Donald Ingram's going to be on the high side. 92 of Rod Piper, he's running up below the 10 car. Not quite the bottom, he's running about a car width off the bottom. Scott Scheuer, the driver out of Florida, is in the 4th and final transfer position. 92 of Piper into the wall. He's able to continue side by side with Scott Scheuer. Scheuer on the bottom, 92 of Piper up high. The 181 car has recovered. He's on the high side. Jeff Kemper, the driver out of Oregon. Front end of that car banged up a little bit. Comes down, gets into Cale Smith. Cale Smith cannot buy a break. Some nights are just like that. Cale Smith and Joseph Grandy. Will be no EOLs. Racing incident. 115 was going up as the 181 was coming down. They kind of bet in the middle. We are on lap 4 of 8. Heat 3. We're having some problems getting through Heat 3. Coming up next will be the 10-lap consolation race. 12 cars will advance. I think 3 or 4 will head home for tonight. Justin Sick in the 015, driver out of New York on the point. And he is off, as is the pace truck. We are nose to tail. Donald Ingram, Scheuer, Piper in the 92. That is your final transfer driver to the feature. Jeffrey Kemper still in the fight. Cale Smith still in the fight in the 115. Battling a beat-up race car is the 115. Up front, Justin Sick. 2 laps to go in the 015. Running the high side, right up against the fence. Justin Sick will take the white flag. Looks like the battle's going to be for that 4th and final transfer position. Jeff Kemper all over the rear end of the 92. They made a little contact. Justin Sick will take the win, followed by Ingram, Scheuer, and Rod Piper. B main to the grid. B main to the grid, please. LaFawn Berry on the front row. Smith Haynes in row 2. Vitali Kemper in 3. Burks Marfulio in 4. Grandy Roberts in 5. Tormachi right in 6. Sanders and Dino in row number 7. Restart is on the leader. Everybody else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 10 laps to get it done. 2 of you heading home for tonight. 12 of you will advance. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. If I'm Jordan LaFawn and Caden Berry, I'm wanting to get out in front of this field and kind of just ride. Now would not be the time to get caught up in an incident, Clayton.
Yeah, no, you get in one incident, you're going to the back here, so you definitely want to just keep it clean. Try and get singled out, but again, we saw it in the modified B main. I think these guys are going to race hard.
They were all over each other in the 358 modifieds. We'll see what happens here in the Pro Late models. Yes, Jordan LaFawn will bring the field to the green flag next time by. Currently, Chase Dino and Reed Sanders are on the bubble, heading home if they do not advance into the top 12. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith, Caden Berry, 1, 2, 3. Michael Vitali in the 213 is safe. Jason Haynes in the 66 is safe. Jeffrey Kemper, Joseph Grandy, Anthony Marfulio, he's running the bottom. Dylan Burks, Billy Roberts. David Tormachi moves up. Chase Dino and Reed Sanders. That is the 4 and the 320. Those 2 cars are on the verge of heading home for tonight. Looks like the 320 having some issues in front of the 4 car. Not letting Reed Sanders get a good run. Those 2 battling it out. Meanwhile, up front, 1, 2, 3 are nose to tail. LaFawn, Smith, Berry. Michael Vitali in the 213. He's trying the bottom side. Jeff Kemper on the high side, the 181 car. 66 of Haynes is on the high side, followed by Grandy Marfulio. In the 238, we saw that driver run the bottom to podium finish last week in the sprint cars. Billy Roberts up to P9. He's moved up 1 from his start. Brandon Wright has moved up 2 in that 22 car on lap 6 of 10. David Tormachi is safe for the moment. Dylan Burks is out. So now Reed Sanders has to get by the 320 car, and he's got 3 laps to get it done. Jordan LaFawn has led flag to flag. Cale Smith, high on the outside, takes a peek underneath that 11 car. We are coming to 2 to go. Top 3 have pulled out away from the rest of the field as Cale Smith gives the bottom a look. Caden Berry in the 12 car running a safe P3. 181 of Jeffrey Kemper safe. Michael Vitali, 1 lap to go. Jordan LaFawn and Cale Smith coming off at turn 2. Jordan LaFawn with a good run off the top. He will go into turn 3 and 4. Car gets a little bit tight. Cale Smith looks underneath. LaFawn takes the B-main win. Reed Sanders and Dylan Burks heading home. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are wrapping up the warm-up session. The track looks super slick, which should lead to some pretty good racing. We're getting ready for your 25-lap feature race. Again, we'll take a quick look at the points. Grant Wesley, Michael Carter, 1-2. Cox, Barry, Grandy round out your top 5. Donald Ingram, Cale Smith, Randy Shreves, Jordan LaFawn, and Clay Christofferson are your top 10 in points. Getting ready to grid the field here. As soon as my stuff cooperates. Wesley Carter on the front row, 6. Cox in row 2. Gibson Ingram in 3. Carlton Ingram in 4. Scheuer Chatham in 5. Shreves Piper in 6. LaFawn Smith in 7. Barry Kemper in 8. Vitali Grandy in 9. Marjulio Haynes in 10. Billy Roberts, Brandon Wright in 11. Chase Dino and David Tormachi round out your field of 24 drivers. Restart is on the leader. Everybody else, do not jump the start, do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. So you got the 88 and the 15 on the front row. They are 1-2 on the track, and they are 1-2 in the points battle.
Well, I will give you first pick this time around, Joe. Who do you got?
So, you know what? I am going to go with Rick Gibson, believe it or not. The 38 car coming out of the third row.
I'm going to take Chris Cox. Outside row 2.
Couple of wild card guesses there. Here we go. We're getting ready for 25 laps. Did we jinx the driver or did we help them get to the front? We're about to find out. Are we nuts for going against that front row? I think we might be, but that's okay.
Well, we have a 100% track record ever since I've been in the booth with you. Every time we help out a driver by picking them, they're totaled not even halfway through the feature. So hopefully we can turn that around right now.
I hope. Yep, it's the old broadcaster's curse. As the green flag is out, Grant Wesley is off. He's in front of Michael Carter in the 15. Justin Sick is rolling the bottom in the 015 car.
Caution in 1 and 2.
Caution comes out quick. Looks like Jeffrey Kemper involved in the 181. Back there with Cale Smith. Smith checks up for the 92 and nowhere for Kemper to go. And guess what lap it happened on?
Lap 2.
That's 5. Let's see. That's 6 races in a row.
Hopefully it's the last one of the night. If we do that all throughout the sprint car heats, main, B main, and the feature, I think I might have the wife go pick up a lottery ticket.
It is Grant Wesley still on the inside of the front row, so the front row did not change. Pace truck is off, and we are back underway.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, we haven't done in a while. Let's turn this up a little bit and let you out there in the audience get a good feel for how these cars are running on the track. So we will turn it up. Still up front, Grant Wesley getting it done in the 88 car. Clayton, I got to say that's the first time we've ever went to static cam and did not get a caution. So things are trending in the right direction. Wesley, Carter, Cox, Sick, your top 4. James Ingram in the 10 car, the 38 of Geitz. We're going to go 3 wide. The 38 car of Rick Gibson battling it out with the 11 of Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn trying to bottom as the caution comes back out once again. Gavin Chatham involved. Ooh, Chatham and Billy Roberts. Looks like they got together a little bit there.
Take a look.
Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. Looks like having a little bit of technical difficulties on my end right now.
Grant Wesley is back off in the 88 at the front of the field. Michael Carter in the 15. Those two have not budged since the start. Chris Cox, Justin Sick battling it out. Big pile up in the back. Let's take a look. I hope we do not get into a cycle of cautions here. 238 of Anthony Marfulio dives down in, gets a little bit of net code, but still made contact into the 92. Billy Roberts slides in. Grant Wesley and Michael Carter been at the front of the field. We are only on lap 8 of 25. Again, time permitting, we will interview the top 3. Wesley, Carter, Cox, Sick, Gibson, your top 5. Green flag is back out. We're underway. Grant Wesley at the front of the field, followed by Michael Carter. The 5:15 of Chris Cox. That's Clayton's pick. He has moved up to P4. He's been battling it out with Justin Sick side by side. Rick Gibson in the 38 car. He's rolling the bottom behind Justin Sick now. Jordan LaFawn has moved up 6 from his start in the 11 car. Side by side with the 40 of Ingram. Those two beating and banging off of each other. As the caution comes back out once again.
Yeah, I think 92 here coming off pit road. Just stops to make sure he's got a clear track. And I think it tricked iRacing into a caution.
Wesley and Carter have been in the same position since the drop of the green flag, running 1-2. Both these drivers finished 1-2 in the 358 modifieds. We're on lap 12 of 25. So next time by, we will be halfway.
Are we doing waiver rounds tonight, Mr. Joe?
No. Grant Wesley, Michael Carter. Back underway, Grant Wesley with a good restart. We are halfway of the Pro Late Model feature. Michael Carter changes up his line. He throws the 15 down low. Not able to make the pass. Grant Wesley runs a slider line into 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4, my apologies. Michael Carter in P2. Chris Cox in the 515 battling it out. Justin Sick in the 015. He's in P4. Rick Gibson battling it out with the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. The 11 car staying down low as the 38 of Rick Gibson kind of slides up to the outside, trying to give the outside a look. Gibson with a good run off at turn 4. Caution comes out once again. It is the 99 of Billy Roberts. Oh, the 518 of Grandy gets into the outside wall. Roberts goes down as the 66 is coming up. Those two make contact. Up front, same two at the front of the field. On lap 14 of 25, we are back underway. Grant Wesley takes the green flag. Michael Carter P2, Chris Cox P3, Justin Sick. Cox gets into the outside wall. Justin Sick makes a little bit of contact. Rick Gibson and Jordan LaFawn trying to roll the bottom here at Cedar Lake. Those two with a battle. Justin Sick looking underneath the 515 once again, can't make that work. Running slider line into P3. Jordan LaFawn in P6. Ingram, Shreves, Randy Shreves running the 56 car, gets into the wall on the backstretch. The 115 of Cale Smith trying to take advantage. Cale Smith on the bottom. We have not seen that 115 run the bottom very often, but he is making it work as he gets by Randy Shreves. Up front, Grant Wesley and Michael Carter battling it out. Both of those into the outside. Carter's around. In front of the field, Michael Carter goes around. Will bring out the caution and send Michael Carter to the back of the field. That was odd.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's product of wall riding. Right
Let's
rear's up
take
in the
a
wall lap
look.
after lap, and the deck lid just gets kind of locked in over the wall, turns him around.
Indeed it did. Stuck up on the wall. Around he goes. So that will open the door for some of these other drivers. He was running P2. Chris Cox has a chance to move up. Lap 20 of 25. Here we go. Justin Sick will move up into a podium position, looking for Clayton. Your pick is running P2. Mine is running P4. Maybe we didn't do bad this time. Yes, Grant Wesley gets a good restart. Chris Cox in P2. Cox into the outside wall. Looks like LaFawn got in the outside wall. Cox around. Justin Sick around. Wow. I think the 38 made it through. That was just a mess. Cox into the outside wall there. Sick taking a peek on the inside in the 015 machine. The 38 coming into play. Oh, a lot of net code right there between the 015 and the 15. 38 does a 360, comes out straight. Gets tapped in the rear end by the 40. So, we're having a hard time closing this one out, but it is Grant Wesley Animal Racing 1-2. Move Jordan LaFawn into a podium position. Wesley, Gibson, LaFawn, Ingram, Cale Smith, your top 5. Green flag is back out. We are underway. Grant Wesley at the front of the field. Rick Gibson dives the 38 down low, trying to get the bottom to work. He'll keep it down low in 3 and 4, slides up to the middle. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. He's in P3 as he tries to pull to the rear bumper. Watch Rick Gibson in the 38. Rick Gibson on the bottom, trying to battle it out with his teammate, the 88 car. Gibson to the outside wall, pulls in front of the 11. Gibson down low. Lap 24 of 25. Now LaFawn goes down low. These two are going to battle it out. 1 to go. Grant Wesley takes the white flag. Gibson on the bottom in the 38. Grant Wesley off the high side. Wesley with a great run off the high side. Jordan LaFawn trying to get underneath the 38. Coming to the flag, it is Wesley, Gibson, LaFawn. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Great run to the end. Grant Wesley brings it home. P1 is teammate, the 38 car of Rick Gibson. P2, Jordan LaFawn puts that 11 car on the podium. We'll get a word. I'm not sure where Grant Wesley went. There he is. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We'll get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. First in the booth is, get the right camera here. My apologies. There we go. Jordan LaFawn is the first one. He brought that 11 car home, P3. We'll get a word with Jordan LaFawn. There he is, the 11 car. Driver out of Indiana, up 10 spots from his starting position. Jordan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir, Joe. How are we?
Man, not as good as you. How did you get through a stacked field? You were up 10 positions, my brother. How'd you get there?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, Joe. That's all I can. That's all I can say about that one. There, it was a little rough. I feel bad for my buddy Justin. We were there in Discord. I was kind of following him, telling him what everybody was doing around him, and him and I think it was Chris Cox got tangled up there with about 3 or 4 laps to go there. It's unfortunate. I personally don't think I had a top 3 car tonight, but I'll take it any means possible. So.
Yeah, man, I'll take a top 3 anytime I can get it, no matter how I have to get it, unless it's cheat. I might not cheat to get it, but man, I'd scratch and claw to get there. Great run by that 11 car. Grandma Pete out there cheering you on, my brother. Who do you want to thank for your podium? It's been a minute, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish tonight?
Man, I gotta thank my Grandma Pete, for hanging out in the chat, hyping me up. All the guys over at House of Speed, Lawn Crafters Lawn Care, Big Bacon Media and Gaming, GY6RN, you, Joe, Clayton over there. I know he's having some computer issues, he was saying. So hopefully he gets those fixed. Yeah, everybody else behind the scenes, that if I'm forgetting your name, just thank you.
All right, man, we going to see you in the sprint cars again this week?
No, sir. Not tonight. I actually, I got to run down to my brother Brandon's house. Got some things to take care of down there. So, I'll see you guys next Friday, 7:40 or 7 o'clock.
All right, man. Have a great weekend, Jordan.
All right, my man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Clayton, are you back with us?
Yes, sir. And I've got Rick Gibson here. Rick, this is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Clayton.
Man, fifth to second for that 38 car. Actually, I believe Joe picked you for the winner. And fall 1 spot short to a teammate though. Good to see a teammate of yours win it. But man, 5th to 2nd, how'd you get it done on such a slick racetrack tonight?
Well, I think if I didn't have the Joe curse up there, I probably could have gotten Grant, but no, I'm just kidding. Um, no, honestly, I didn't feel real too good up in top. I wanted to. I got in trouble up there earlier and biked it and got the car all messed up. So I just stuck to the bottom. There seemed to be some pretty good grip down there, and I was noticing I was hanging with the guys down there, so I was just trying to navigate 3 and 4. But I mean, it was a good track. There was a couple different lines to go to. I was just pretty much just waiting to see what was gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Overall, a great run for that 38 car tonight. Who do you got to thank?
Well, thank you guys for putting this on as always. You making tough calls out there, Joe, doing an awesome broadcast. Uh, Animal Racing, Grant Wesley, Ryan Stillwell, Scott Schroyer, Zane Walters. They make it a blast to run with them every time, and even this league, it's you have your ups and downs, but there's a lot of good guys in here, and you can get some pretty good racing. So hopefully we can keep that going and put on some great shows for you guys.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna see you in the sprint cars.
I will be there. I don't know how well I'll do, but I'll give it my best.
Hey, doesn't hurt to try, right? Well, we wish you the best in that sprint car coming up next, man. 30 laps. Good luck, all 30 of them. Hopefully, we're talking to you again. If not at the end of the sprint car feature, maybe Tuesday night over at Outlaw. Get you a win over there, and we'll be talking to you again, my man.
Yep, it's always great to talk to you guys.
All right, brother. You enjoy your weekend, and hopefully we talk soon.
Yep, you guys have a good one.
Grant Wesley, driver out of Evansville, Indiana, parks the 88 in victory lane. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you and Michael put on a heck of a show up front, and then I picked Rick Gibson to win tonight, and he pulled up to your rear bumper, man. How was it? How'd you hold those guys off?
Oh man, tell you what, that was tough for sure. Yeah, I seen Carter was starting up front with me, and I was thinking, man, this is deja vu. It's modifieds all over again, except reverse roll. This time I was able to jump him on the start and get out front, and yeah, he never left my back bumper. He definitely had some speed there, and that was going to be a really good race between the two of us. I hate to see whatever happened to him. I'm not sure what happened there, but hard luck to him on that. But yeah, then at the end, I see my teammate Rick. The track was starting to slick off. Clayton made mention to be careful on the wall in 1 and 2, so I made a extra effort to just step down. I figured I knew Rick was tore up a little bit, so I figured I could make better speed than him. So I just stepped it down, and man, the car wasn't happy. It was so slick. But yeah, we pulled it off.
Yeah, man. So I will assume that you and Rick are in team chat. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we shared Discord with Scott.
So let me ask you this, man. When you're battling it out in the end like that, are you guys still talking to each other?
No, like right there before we went green, I was like, hey, good luck, man. And that's about it.
Don't talk to me again. Man, great run by the 88. You've actually increased your points lead in the pro late models, man. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, I'm sorry for Mike's hard luck there, but man, I am really excited to grow that points lead. I know we're creeping up on the end of the season, and man, it'd be awesome to get a championship over here. So yeah, I'd like to thank you, Joe, with the broadcast. Got Your Six Racing Network. Thank Clayton with the administration, as always. Making the tough calls. He does a great job. I'd like to thank the car counts, all the competitors. Man, this makes it such a great place to race. I'd like to thank your sponsors, Billy Roberts with Gears Unlimited. Thank the Dirt Track Bank, just all your supporters. I know Carter and Kale, their team. I forgot the name of it, but thank them for the Quick Time Award. I'm humbled to get that 2 weeks in a row now, so that's pretty cool. And I like to thank my friend or my teammates with Animal Racing, Scott, Rick, Zane, and Ryan. And then I like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend, Brittany.
Right on, man. We're going to see you in the sprint cars.
You might actually see me tonight. This is one of my better tracks.
Right on, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the Pro Late models. Coming up next, we will have the 305 Sprint cars. While we wait on that, we will take a quick break. And when we come back, again, we will be with your 305 Sprint cars to close out the night. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back, and every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to get the 305 sprint cars underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 7, the A&J Custom Creations 305 sprint cars. We'll go over the rules here real quick. Podium finish. If you don't show up for a picture and interview, it will be an EOL next week. Bring out 2 cautions in any race, feature or heat. You will be DQ'd from the division for the night. Intentional contact, absolutely never acceptable. Protest process. If you think we missed a call that we should have caught, please send me a message. We will review it and issue a penalty the next week if it's warranted. Keep the cars off the wall. Call-outs, never acceptable at any time. You will get a suspension. If your car's blinking, you'll get a warning, get an EOL, then you're done for the night. Incidents count against your overall points. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. You are not going to advance your position at that time. We ask you to get off the throttle and slow down. The only thing you're going to do after a caution comes out is wreck your car or somebody else's. All restarts are on the leader. With that, we're getting ready to advance. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, fellas, none heard. We're advancing to qualifying. Good luck. Tonight's quick time qualifying brought to you by Chatham Motorsports. I'd like to thank Gavin Chatham and Chatham Motorsports for stepping up and sponsoring our quick time qualifying runs as we get ready to go qualifying here at Cedar Lake on week 7. Let's take a quick look at the points for the sprint cars. Caden Berry is first in the points, followed by Randy Shreves, Matt Grimm, Chris Cox, Sean Stevens are your top 5. Anthony Marvulio, Ingram, Grandy, Miller, and Haynes are your top 10. Jeffrey Kemper out on track in the 181, the driver out of Oregon. Chris Cox is with us in the 515. Brian Dickens in the 122. And my teammate out on track, grad driver out of North Carolina, was at the top of the board for a brief moment. Randy Shreves, top of the board, 12.549 for Shreves. Shreves coming off of turn 4, coming to the line. Can he improve his time? 12.549 for Shreves. Jeff Kemper in P2. Rob Piper must have wrapped up. There is the 38 car of Rick Gibson shutting it down. 11th quick for Rick Gibson. The 213 of David Torbachi, the driver out of Montana. 15th quick for David, 13.043. Wyobe driver Matt Grimm out on track in the 91. Currently 17th quick with a 13.096 for Matt Grimm. Caden Berry out on track. Another Wyobe driver. Found that out this week. See if anybody has anything for Randy Shreves with a 12.549 at the top of the board. Caden Berry coming off a turn 4 for his first lap. The youngster puts up a 15th quick for Barry, 12.882. James Ingram on track in the 40 machine. He's 19th quick, 14.052. We're waiting for the quick time qualifier. There he is, Gavin Chatham in the 24 car. Caden Barry moves up the board to third quick, 12.574. Gavin Chatham with a 12.592, a little bit slower on his second lap. Derek P. in the 14, the Raiders machine, 19th quick, 13.014 on his first lap. Moves up to 9th, 12.631 for the driver originally out of Placerville, California. So that will do it for qualifying. Randy Shreves captures the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time Award for tonight. We will let the time run out here. Got about 3 seconds to go, and we will get the 305 show underway. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Randy Shreves, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Grimm, Ingram in row 2. Schatzer, Marfulio in 3. Jason Hines rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All restarts are on the leader. Everybody else, do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Last I checked, everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Congratulations to the 56 car of Randy Shreves with the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time Award. $10 to your account, sir. That will be paid in week 13. Congratulations. .305 Sprint Cars brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. You need trophies, you need any lighted, LED lighted trophies, check out A&J Custom Creations. As the pace truck will exit next time by. Kurt Schatzer in the 18 car. Dirt Track Bank number 18, driver out of Pennsylvania. Clayton, I got to tell you, it's good to see a couple of my teammates in here. Kurt Schatzer and Brian Dickens with us tonight.
Yeah, both those cars are pretty quick, too, so wish them the best here tonight. And
Randy Shreves takes the green flag. Joseph Grandy got a little bit of a start on the high side. They're going to go side by side. Grandy and Shreves enter turn 3 side by side. Shreves wants to slide up. Grandy is going to leave him some room. Shreves on the bottom, followed by Grandy. Matt Grimm in the 91. He's got Donald Ingram behind him. Wyobe driver in the 91 of Matt Grimm getting it done. Had a long conversation with Matt after the race last week. Driver out of Ohio. Great conversation. Super good dude. So appreciate that, Matt. He's running P3. Kurt Schatzer in the 18, currently in P5. Jason Hines and Anthony Marfulio in the back of the field. Randy Shreves getting it done. We're nose to tail.
Yeah, it must be a full moon outside or something, because I don't think I've ever seen that 238 of Anthony Marfulio running the top. But he is right now. Started 6, fell back a spot, running the top right now. Maybe he knows something that I don't, but I guess I'm just so used to seeing him one of the best to ever do it on the bottom, and he's doing the exact opposite right now. But who knows? Maybe long run. That's the plan. I guess we'll find out as the night goes on here in the sprint cars.
Yeah, we don't see that 238 up high very often. Randy Shreves, 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag. Shreves takes the white flag. Shreves, Grandy, Grimm, Ingram, your top 4. Kurt Schatzer in P5. Randy Shreves with 2 more corners to navigate, coming off at turn 4. It will be Shreves, Grandy, Grimm, Ingram, Schatzer, Haynes, and Marfulio. Yeah, that was kind of a strange run for the 238 there. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Kemper Burks on the front row. Cox Scheuer in row 2. Vitaly Gibson in 3. David Tormachi rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers, restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Waiting on the 313 car of David Tormachi to take to the grid.
He actually disconnected here a little bit ago. Looked like he had some internet issues. Packet loss, disconnection.
So he's not going to run with us tonight. Must be having some weather up there in Montana. There he is. Just showed back up. We are ready to go. 8 laps for heat number 2. Again, like to thank everybody for tuning in to watch your favorite driver. It's greatly appreciated. Without the fans out there, there would be no need for us to do what we do. So that is greatly appreciated. Dylan Burks, he's new to Gears Unlimited. Is it Burks that's new? No, the 2 car. I didn't see him yet tonight. It will be Jeffrey Kemper, the driver out of Oregon, in the 181. That will take us to the green flag. 8 laps to get it done. Now I got to look. I think it might be Burks that is new. Let me look.
Green, green, green.
Indeed it is. Burks is new to Friday Night Lights, just joined up not long ago. Jeffrey Kemper gets a great start on the field. Dylan Burks in P2, Chris Cox P3. Rick Gibson in the 38 digging on the high side. He's got Scott Scheuer behind him. Michael Vitale in the 213, and David Tormachi rounds out your field of 7 drivers. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 looking good out in front of the field. Newcomer Burks battling it out with the 515 of Chris Cox on lap 4 of 8. Cox running the bottom side with that 515. We don't usually see the 515 down low, but he's down there tonight in the 305 sprint car division. Oh, a little bit of contact made. I didn't see who it was, just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Couple cars all over each other. Chris Cox able to pull out to a comfortable lead. Burks running the high side. He's got Scott Scheuer behind him on lap 6 of 8. Scheuer, Rick Gibson running down low. Michael Vitale, he moves that 213 up high. Now he ducks down trying to get underneath the 38. 57 doesn't get a good run off of turn 2. 1 lap to go. Jeffrey Kemper now under attack from the 515 of Chris Cox. Cox tried the low side, took a bad angle. He'll fall back to P2. It will be Kemper, Cox, Burks, Scheuer, Rick Gibson, Michael Vitale, and David Tormachi. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Caden Berry, Gavin Chatham on the front row. Derek P., Brian Dickens in row 2. Grant Wesley, Rod Piper in 3. James Ingram rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, drivers. Restart is on leader. Everybody else, do not pass before the start-finish line. Do not jump the start. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. So the youngster out of New Hampshire will roll off on the inside of the front row. I heard just today or yesterday he's now a part of YOB Racing. So congratulations, Caden, on your new team. Got Gavin Chatham to his outside in the 24. Chatham Motorsports. My teammate Brian Dickens in the 122 on the outside of the second row. And Derek P., the driver out of Placerville, California, where I'll be racing this year, is on the inside of row number 2. Kind of a unique paint job on that 88, Clayton, of Grant Wesley. But Caden Berry getting away from the field. Good restart by Berry. Gavin Chatham in P2. Derek P in the 14, running on the bottom side. Brian Dickens in the 122, looking for a way around. Dickens dives down low.
Sorry about that. I was talking to Grant a couple weeks ago, actually. I recognized the profile photo for him on Discord as a sprint car, and he said that's where it all started for him. So very old school style paint scheme for him. But yeah, he started in sprint cars, so can't sleep on Grant when it comes to anything in dirt. All the experience he had in the sprint cars, starting on the sim, sounds like he had a pretty good track record before picking up a couple other disciplines. We got contact on the backstretch here. Caution's out.
Caution, yellow flag.
I did not know that about Grant Wesley. Let's take a look at the caution. Looks like Brian Dickens got caught up in an incident there. Or maybe Derek P came to the outside, tries to cross over the 122. Dickens gets on the flat. Gets into Dickens there on the outside. Those two make contact and can't, with an open wheel car, it's hard to get back off of each other. Caden Berry had a decent lead when the caution came out. Gavin Chatham to his rear bumper on lap 5 of 8. We are going green this time by Dickens and Derek P. stuck in the pits. We let iRacing dictate when we go back green, so those two will be at the back of the feature. Caden Berry is off on lap 5 of 8, now 6 of 8. Berry, Chatham, Wesley in the 88 car. Wesley into the outside wall pretty hard. He's able to maintain his position, get back on the throttle. Caden Berry out front, running away with the heat number 3. Got Gavin Chatham behind him. Those two pulled out in front of the field. Chatham sticks the 22 down low, 1 lap to go. Caden Berry takes the white flag. 12 car at the front of the field coming off of turn 2, running the high side. Caden Berry on the high side. Chatham will dive it down low, slide up. Not enough. Caden Berry will take the win. Chatham, Wesley, Ingram, Piper, Derek P. and Brian Dickens end up in the pits. 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Or you'll do it again next time you're out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 30-lap feature. We'll take a look at your grid for the 305 sprint cars. Randy Shreves, Jeff Kemper on the front row, Barry Grandy in row 2, Cox Chatham in 3, Graham Burks in 4, Wesley Ingram in 5, Scott Scheuer, James Ingram in 6, Schatzer Gibson in 8, Piper Haynes in 8, my apologies, Gibson and Schatzer in 7, Vitali Derek P in row 9, Marfulio Tormachi in 10, Brian Dickens rounds out your field of 21 drivers. Restart is on the leader. Everybody else, do not pass before the start-finish line. Do not jump the start. Got 30 laps to get it done. All restarts on the leader. Good luck. All right, who you got?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Randy. I don't like picking the pole sitter, but man, it's so hard to pick. I'm gonna go Jeffrey Kemper, P2.
Jeffrey Kemper out of P2. I'll take that 12 car on the inside of row number 2, Caden Berry. See how that youngster can wheel that car here. I think Caden Berry gets it done. Randy Shreves on the pole. Pace truck will exit next time by. We have 30 laps to get it done. Although the 91 of Matt Grimm, yeah, I don't know. Kurt Schatzer, the field's stacked. Green flag is out. Good start by Randy Shreves. Shreves dives to the bottom. Will he get to the outside? Yes, he will. 56 car. Caden Berry pulls up to P2. In that 12 car, gets a good run off of 4. As we get a quick caution. I didn't look at the lap, but I'm going to take a guess. 213.
We did not complete. We did not complete the first lap.
Okay. 213 down low. He's got the 92 to his outside of Rob Piper. Everything is good there. Oh, the 213 gets into the tires and around he goes right up into that 92. So we'll line them up and try it again. So my board is showing that we're on lap 2, as it has for the whole night, every race. Caution on lap 2. Are you seeing the same thing?
I'm still showing the guys on lap 1. But again, it could be not updated because they haven't gone green yet. We'll see this time.
I guess I'm on lap 3 according to SDK. So Randy Shree still at the front of the field. All restarts, single file. Pace truck is off, as is Randy Shreves. Caden Berry, that was close at the line. Caden Berry running that bottom side, slides up, trying to get in behind the 56 car. Joseph Grandy in P3 off the bottom, followed by Chris Cox. Don't sleep on the 181. That was Clayton's pick. Jeffrey Kemper coming through the field in the 181. Caution comes out once again. Brian Dickens involved.
It's the 92 coming off a pit road there. Just
yes, it is.
Stops for the field, triggers an iRacing caution.
So, slow start means a good ending. That's what I'm going to say tonight.
That's what we've had all night long, so I don't see how it couldn't be right now. These guys are going to put together 28 clean laps here, and we're going to have a heck of a finish. Speak it into existence.
Randy Shreve still at the top of the board now with Caden Berry on his rear tail tank.
Green flag, green flag.
Good restart by Shreves. Caden Berry dives down to the bottom. Slide job coming. Caution. Berry will not get the position. Rob Piper and Dylan Burke's involved.
Yeah, Dylan just jumps the wall there going into one. Puts it up and over out onto the hill out there.
Yes, he did. I showed the 92, but I guess... No, he was all right. So, Randy Shreve still at the front of the field. We're getting a slow start this time. Shrewsbury, Grandy, Cox, Kemper, your top 5. That 12 car threw a slide job early in the last run. Will Shreves do something to block that? We'll see what that 56, your reigning 2-time sprint car champion, Randy Shreves at the front of the field. Pace truck is off. Green flag is out. Good restart by Shreves. Joseph Grandy on the bottom with Kemper and Grimm down there. Caden Berry sends it, slides up in front of the 56, put the 12 car on the point. Caden Berry to the lead. Randy Shreves P2. Joseph Grandy now P2. Grandy trying to get by Shreves. Grandy on the inside of the 12 car. The 518 battling it out. Trying the middle lane and making it work. Those two side by side down the back stretch. It is Berry at the line. Chris Cox in the fight in the 515. Randy Shreve slides back to 4th. Matt Grimm in the 91, the driver out of Ohio. He's in P5, followed by Gavin Chatham in the 24. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 has fallen back 5 positions. Donald Ingram, Scott Scheuer in the 57, Grant Wesley in the 88, Kurt Schatzer still battling in the 18. Rick Gibson, Derek P. back there in the 14, Anthony Marfulio, Jason Haynes, Michael Vitale, James Ingram, and Rob Piper. Up front, Caden Berry still battling it out with Joseph Grandy. Grandy likes the bottom here, as the 12 car turns into a slider line through 3 and 4. Good run by your top 2.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution comes out. Rick Gibson involved. '66 car involved. Gibbs. On lap 11 of 30, Caden Berry at the front of the field has moved up 2. Joseph Grandy has moved up 2. He's in 2nd place. Chris Cox has moved up 2. He's in 3rd place. Those are your current podium drivers. Getting ready to go back green. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Good restart by the youngster out of New Hampshire. Joseph Grandy did not get a great start. Kind of wads up the field a little bit. The 91 of Matt Grimm, he has found the outside. And that 91 car is running tough on the high side. Pulls up behind Chris Cox. Matt Grimm is the first car on the outside looking at a podium. Randy Shreves is running the bottom. We haven't seen that very often. Gavin Chatham and Jeffrey Kemper battling it out. Up front, Caden Berry now with Joseph Grandy. Grandy still on the bottom, followed by Chris Cox. Both those cars on the bottom. Matt Grimm looking for a way by. He's on the high side, gets a good run off of 4. Again, Grandy and Cox down low. That 91 car is closing in and coming to the front. Let's go on board with Matt Grimm as he pulls in behind the 515 of Chris Cox. Making that high side. You can hear him working the throttle inside of that number 91 car on lap 18 of 30.
Oh.
Chris Cox, I think.
Yeah, he just caught the outside wall there in 1 and 2 and instantly blows it up. Man, tough break. Chris Cox, another run on the podium tonight for him, cut short.
Man, he hit something invisible up there, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. That's definitely not what you want to see.
So we got 2 Wyobe drivers in the top 3, Caden Berry and Matt Grimm.
Like Gavin Chatham, Grant Wesley coming into the pits here. Possibly take a faster pair and head back out.
So this will be interesting because Grimm and Berry are running the high side, and Joseph Grandy currently running in P2 is kind of running the middle to low side. Let's see if Grandy changes his line to the high side, as those 2 Wyobe drivers are super quick on that high side. Caden Berry is back. Green flag is out. Grandy, let's see where Grandy, he's going to run a different line. If you want to pass him, you got to run a different line. Grandy down to the bottom. Grimm goes down to the bottom, runs a slider line. Looks like Grandy will block that advance by the 91. Randy Shreves in the 56. He's running the middle. Randy Shreves pulls up behind the 91. Donald Ingram in P5. Kurt Schatzer in the 18 car. He's battling it out with the 181 of Jeffrey Kemper. Schatzer running a lower line than the 81, running right through the middle. 238 is making his way down to the bottom, gets into the tires, upsets that car a little bit. Scott Scheuer in the 57, he's running the middle. We see more cars running the middle than the top, Clayton, currently.
Yeah, trying to almost hit the corner as if it's like a road car, you know, start from the outside, get to the bottom, hit the apex of the corner, and then carry all that speed back off the bottom onto all the way to the outside. Seems like some of these guys are kind of making that work right now in a 305 sprint car is pretty impressive, but definitely a lot of guys sticking to just the dead middle of the track and in the slick. Randy Shreves making it work right now. Looks like he's sitting in 4th.
Caden Berry, Joseph Grandy. Caution comes out. Not sure what happened there. Michael Vitale crashed. I'm hearing that we may have a fuel issue, which is not typical for Cedar Lake. So this may turn into a fuel race. I don't know. Trying to get the drivers to check their fuel. Okay, we got heard somebody has. Everyone has plenty of fuel. So Caden Berry's still at the front of the field. Don't know. We heard that the 515 might have been running out of fuel. Caden Berry, Joseph Grandy, Matt Grimm, your top three. Randy Shreves, the first car on the outside, looking at a podium. Kurt Schatzer moves up 8 from his starting position. He's running in P5 in that 18, the driver out of Pennsylvania. Green flag is back out. Great restart by all involved. Berry gets to the high side. Grimm goes down low, tries to get underneath Grandy. Caution comes out. Heard that the 38 car was involved. Oh, not sure what happened. Scott Scheuer was involved. Let's see, the 14 of Derek P. Just gets that right rear into the 57. That knocks Scheuer across the track. Tries to recover, can't. Right into the nose of the 66. So, lap 26 of 30. Caden Berry, Joseph Grandy, Matt Grimm, your top three. Randy Shreves, the first car on the outside, looking in at a podium. Kurt Schatzer up 8. Anthony Marfulio up 11 in the 238. As we go back green, Caden Berry at the front of the field, dives, gets back on the top shelf. Coming off high in turn 2, gets a good run down the backstretch. Joseph Grandy holds off Matt Grimm for the time being. Those two side by side. Grimm can't quite get in front of the 518. Grandy making the bottom work. Might have been a slight contact. Matt Grimm has made the pass. 91 car up to P2. Grandy falls back to P3. Now Randy Shreves coming into the picture on lap 29 of 30. We have 2 to go. Caden Berry, the youngster out of New Hampshire, getting it done. White flag out for the 12. 12 car on the high side, followed by his teammate Grimm, coming off a turn 2. Looking good down the backstretch, dives for the bottom. Slider line coming. Berry to the checkered flag for the win, followed by Grimm, Grandy, Shreves, and Schatzer. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. So good showing by the YOB Racing stables, putting 2 cars finishing 1-2. Joseph Grandy brings it home. Held off Matt Grimm lap after lap. Couldn't quite hold him for 30 laps. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. We will talk with your top 3 here momentarily. We will let Clayton grab Joseph Grandy, if you would, Clayton.
Yes, sir. Just waiting on him to head over.
See if we can't get.
Here he is. Joseph, it's Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yep, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. 4th, picked up 1 spot for you. Finished on the podium. Track looked very, very slick. Looked like the car kind of fell off a little bit for you there at the end when Matt got around you. But overall, man, podium finish. Pretty good night. How'd you do it?
Jeez, I think this is the first time I talked to you guys this season. Yeah, towards the end of the race, I spun my tires a couple times, and that let Matt get around me. I was just trying to stay consistent, and not mess up.
Yeah, man, it's definitely tricky here in the sprint cars. Even on a tacky track, it seems you can spin them easy. I could only imagine driving them on a slick track.
The
Overall,
305 is bad. Anything higher than that, it's pretty easy to turn the tires.
yeah, I bet that's a big jump, man. But who do you got to thank on that 518 for bringing it home third?
I'd like to thank West End Towing and Repair, Catalytic Recovery, and I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast and everybody else. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. You enjoy your weekend. Congrats on the podium finish.
Thanks, man.
Matt Grimm in the 91 YOB machine moves up 5 from his starting position and finishes P2. Matt, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, that's a good piece of driving. That was fun to watch. You and Joseph Grandy went at it there quite a bit, man. How'd you get by him?
It took a little bit, especially with some of them cautions. I'd start to get a run on them, and caution would come out and kind of kill it. And I thought I had something there on the bottom, and just kind of had to give it all back, and decided I was going for it on the top, and it worked out. Wish I could have got up there a little faster to Barry, but it's a good 1-2 for YOB Racing, and looking forward to seeing what we all can do and going forward, and just glad to be here.
Yeah, man, the team's really growing. So, watching that 12 car in front of you there, do you think you had anything for him if you could have got there?
Yeah, I think I could have. I'm coming from the back. I ran out of time. I mean, Randy took way too long to get around, and then there was a couple other guys I just struggled with. But you can't complain about a second. It's good points. I think I've gotten this like 5 seconds now, so you can't
Yeah,
complain about that.
that win's coming.
I got last week's. So.
That's right. So turn them all
Yep.
into wins, man. And by the way, I was telling everyone on the broadcast, really appreciated the conversation after last week's race, man. That was super cool. It's great to talk to you and get to know all the drivers. But enjoyed that conversation for real. So that is greatly appreciated. Congratulations on your second place finish. Who would you like to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
I gotta thank all the guys at YOB Racing, especially Catalysm Computers, CNC Race Design, Speed Factory Sets, LCJ Carpentry, and Stingray Rock Tools Australia.
All right, man. Congratulations. I hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully we see you next week.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Caden Barry, this is Clayton up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Man, what a piece of driving from that 12 car tonight. See you making moves up top, making them on the bottom, man. How'd you keep that 12 car up front for the win?
I just had to run it up on the top in 1 and 2 where it had that cushion build up like always. 3 and 4 I just had to run that slider line because there's no much of a cushion built up at all. And 3 and 4 always flatten off. It's like 2 different racetracks in one. So no, but feels really good because it's my first win with you guys in the sprint car.
Yeah, man, congratulations on that. I'm sure it won't be your last. Seeing how that 12 car gets around these tracks, who do you got to thank on that 12 car for bringing it home?
First off, I want to thank Team IOB and Sean Stevens for, letting me come on board with them guys. Also want to thank my mom and dad, CC, the Marku family, and the Ryder family, and you, and for the admin and everything else, and Joe.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations on your first win here at Friday Night Lights. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and I'm sure it won't be long before we're talking to you again.
Yep, you too. Have a good weekend.
All right, Clayton, there you go. There's week 7 in the books. Saw some great racing here at Cedar Lake. Much better than I had anticipated. What are your final thoughts?
It was from what we've had recently, I'd say it was almost a perfect night. These guys put on a heck of a show and not too many cautions. I think the most cautions we had was in that sprint car race. So these guys definitely got it together a little bit. And we'll push on to next week and hope for an even better show.
Yeah, man. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is week 7. Again, we can't thank all the viewers who tune in each week. It is so greatly appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us throughout the night. And until Tuesday night, Clayton and I will be back with the Outlaw Racing League. And then next Friday, right back here at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. I wish you all an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.